I like this story too.
What a wild situation, buddy. The things you'll do for money. Let me tell you about this woman. She's from Brazil. I think that makes her Brazilian.
That's right.
Her name's Erica de Souza Vieira Nunez. It's a long-ass name. Anyway, she has an uncle. And they're in Rio de Janeiro. So this is like big city Brazil.
It's the capital, isn't it?
I mean, it should be.
I believe it's the capital.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not, it should be.
Rio's the capital.
If it's not, it should be. So this is like a big bank in a big city, in a big country, in a big world. This woman, she decides, she got to get a loan. Pretty normal thing in this world, Can never have enough money, I don't guess. So she says, I got to go to this bank. I got to get this loan. She's not financially stable enough. Sounds like to me, maybe I'm connecting some dots here, but it sounds like to me her credit report might not be so hot,
Yeah.
She might be down on her luck a little bit. So she decides she's going to walk into this bank and she's going to take her uncle. Her uncle's going to co-sign a loan for her. What a nice uncle. Would you co-sign a loan for one of your nieces or nephews, Bennett?
Absolutely.
Do you have nieces and nephews?
Yes.
And you would not co-sign a loan for them? Under any circumstances. I think I would.
I probably would.
Depending on the niece or the nephew, I might. I don't know. It seems like I'd have to take it on a case.
I love my niece. She's great.
Yeah, I'd have to take it on a case-by-case basis, but I'd at least be open to the possibility. So anyway, you must be at the bank. You see a woman. She wheels in her uncle, and you must be like, well, all right, I've seen this. You probably see this every day. It's a nice uncle doing a nice thing for a niece, and a niece doing a nice thing for her uncle, who is, he's in a wheelchair. That's not ever where people want to. You don't ever dream of ending up in a wheelchair, do you?
No.
That's nobody's dream. So he's in a wheelchair. Everybody's getting what, it just seems like a sweet little thing. So she walks up to the desk. She says, I got to get a loan. I need a loan for $3,400. She's going to finance something for $3,400. And they said, okay, well, we got this paperwork. And then she says, yeah, my uncle here, he's going to co-sign for this. They said, okay, cool. And they notice he's just like, not really there. He ain't talking. His eyes ain't open. And his head keeps going like this.
Yep.
All right. And then every once in a while, it would go like this.
Yeah, it was slinging back and forth.
And then she would lift it up like
this. Push it, and then it would go like this.
And I'd show it to you, but we were told we can't.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're allowed to show dead people.
Show me that in the rules.
I don't have the rule book.
You ever seen it?
No, I've never seen the rule book.
Nobody ever told me you can't show dead people on Grind City Media.
Now that you mention it, nobody ever told me that either.
Nobody ever told me that. I mean, anyway, just think of it. Just think of it. Imagine me how about this? Can't show dead people. But watch this. I can look just like one. Imagine me in a wheelchair. Okay. So this fella's like that the whole time. And she's actually putting a pin in his hand, this dead hand.
Yeah.
And then the bank finally realizes, man, there ain't something right here. They call the police.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead for 3 hours. She figured this is my last shot.
This is it.
This is it. Like, it's now or never. Man, how you get to a point, how you think you get to a point where it becomes reasonable to you to wheel your dead uncle into a bank? I mean, dead. I mean, like, it's over with. I mean, like, buddy, it's done.
I think it just depends on how down bad you are.
Whew. How you think you get to a point where you think you can get away with it? Did you see the rest of the story?
No.
So you might be wondering. I hope you're wondering this. Why don't you ask me?
What happened?
How did they even get to the bank? Go ahead and ask me that.
How did they get to the bank?
Took an Uber. She put a dead uncle in an Uber.
This really is Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
This really is Weekend at Bernie's.
Can you imagine being an Uber driver? You pick up somebody's dead uncle? Look at me.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I think I'd have to call Uber support.
I'd get a 1-star rating on that. I'd call Uber support. I'd be like, hey, I think they're putting a dead uncle in here.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, that's bad.
What a wild deal.
So did we know what happened?
Yeah,
I mean, nothing happened.
She's been charged with the abuse of a corpse. And
oof.
Like,
that can't be good.
You wake up trying to get $3,400, and now you're facing an abuse of a corpse charge.
Uh-oh.
Because when your uncle dies, you know what you're supposed to do?
You're supposed to take him to the...
No, you ain't supposed to do shit except call somebody.
The ambulance has to take care of it.
Yeah, like you don't need to be putting your uncle in
anywhere.
Uber.
No.
Anywhere. Just let him lay
You're
there.
not allowed to mess with a dead body.
Yeah, just
I think
like,
once it's dead, that's someone else's job.
Yeah, like, listen, I hope if you're out there, I hope your uncle, whoever you are, I hope your uncle never dies. You ever had a dead uncle, Bennett?
No.
I have.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
No, my uncles are alive.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
We should all be so lucky. I got dead uncles.
Okay.
All right. And they didn't die in my presence. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But if they would have, I would have just called somebody.
Yeah.
It's none of my business, you know?
All right.
So I hope your uncles never die. I'll just
too.
talk to you, Bennett. I hope your uncles never die.
Thank you.
But if they do, and you're in the vicinity of this, I need you to know, just call 911.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
just
not
call 911.
not your job to take them to the bank or anywhere. All right? What a wild deal. I bet you this woman was normal at one point, you know? And then you reach a point in your life where you're driving your dead uncle to the bank. What a wild. Life is wild, isn't it?
It really is.
'Cause I
hope I
guarantee
never
you-
get there.
I guarantee you, like I always see these stories and I go, man, how did you? It's wild that you're in this spot. I'm more interested in how you got here. I bet you at some point this woman like was a normal person.
Yeah.
And then she woke up on one day and she was like, I guess today's the day I got to drive my dead uncle to the bank to try to get a loan. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he looked like.
That's what he looks like.
Look at me now. He also looked like that.
Yeah.
It's a wild situation.
Sad.
It is sad.
All right.
Yeah.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.